Hello guys, hello. So now my days in South Korea are numbered, right? My days are numbered. Now it's time for us to reflect. I have two questions, only two questions. First question, will I miss teaching in South Korea? That's the first question, right? Second question, would I come back to South Korea? Okay, so guys, I'm going to be honest with everyone. I'm going to be honest with you. Here's the thing. First thing foremost, right? Like I have been thinking about like how South Korea has helped me in in many things. Let me first thing foremost, if it wasn't for South Korea, sorry guys, sorry I'm vaping. It's because of this. If it wasn't for South Korea, right, I don't think I would have been able to register for law school. It was because of South Korea that I was able to register for law school at the end of the day. Also, there are many things, right? I'm just going to list everything. Also, if it wasn't for South Korea, I wouldn't know that I can make money from teaching online. Ever since I've been here in South Korea, one of my friends from back home, like he introduced me to online teaching and how to get client and stuff like that, and how to have my own online academy. But prior that, I used to be in partnership with my then friend. We are no longer friends, yo, but that is not important. So yeah, but just because we're not friends, just because we're not friends, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to acknowledge the role that he played in my life. He helped me a lot, he plugged me, he put me on, he showed me ways that I didn't know that okay, these things exist. Like honestly speaking, I've had the knowledge that people do teach online, but I didn't know how do they teach online. I didn't have information about online teaching. I just knew that there are people who teach English online. I just didn't have information about the whole thing at all. I'm not even going to lie. It was like my then friend who put me on, and I will always be grateful to him for putting me on. If it was him if I didn't come to South Korea, I wouldn't know about online teaching. And another thing is, let me see. Also, I was able to finally, because I came to South Korea, I was able to finally publish a book, which is something that I have been failing to do for years in South Africa. So, it's that thing that South Korea, honestly speaking, I will always be grateful to this country, in so many ways. I'm so grateful. I don't know how to express my gratitude, but I'm so grateful beyond the word grateful. I'm so grateful. I was able to accomplish a lot of things because because I came here. When I left South Africa, guys, I was not yet finished with my masters, but then I came to South Korea. I don't know, I somehow I just developed that drive, to want to work hard, to want to achieve more, to continue growing, to continue winning in life. I've always been that kind of a person in my head, but not in reality, where it's okay, now I have to hands on, I have to to do the actual work. I was here in my head. Let me tell you guys, I've been writing so many books in my head. I have been working hard in my head, but then in real life I was not doing shit from back home. But because I came to South Korea, because I was in South Korea, I have learned, from people here that, guys, at the end of the day, if you want to achieve anything in life, you just have to work hard. You just have to keep going. Guys, there is just no other way. That is just the thing. It's there is no other way. You just have to keep working hard, and working hard. If it wasn't for this country, I don't think I would have accomplished so many things in such a short period, because it's only been a year. But like I said, I have a book. I'm soon when I go back home, I will I'm going to finish like my law school, because there are things that I cannot do. I cannot do to finish my law school because I'm in South Korea. For example, trial advocacy. There's no way I can do trial advocacy from here in South Korea. I have to go back to South Africa to do trial advocacy. And also I need to start my PhD next year. Like I hope because I want to I want to do it next year, because I feel like if I don't start next year, I will never start. Like that's the thing with me. It's like you see, guys, it's that drive. It's like I want to keep going. I want to keep going. Like I don't want to stop. Like I want to start my PhD next year. That's why also I'm going back home. So for the trial advocacy, for my PhD, also online teaching, like my online English academy, guys. I need to finish building the website. Here in South Korea, like I said, guys, we work hard here. So I don't have time. That's the thing. Like I don't have time. Also, like besides that, like trial advocacy is waiting for me in South Africa. PhD is waiting for me in South Africa. Also, like me going back to South Africa, I will have like ample of time to finish everything. I'll finish building the website. I will finish, because I have 2 websites. In fact, I have 2 websites. I have website for my online English academy. I have website for publishing books, like creative fiction writers, as you can see here. Yes. So creative fiction writers, like as you can see from here, is a global platform that offers opportunities for authors to collaborate across various genres and provide support in marketing their work. So our mission is to help writers achieve their individual and collaborative goals regardless of where they are from or where they are on their writing journey. So this is one thing that also like I really like want to like work on. Like I need to like to do these things. Like honestly, like this is my passion. This is what I love, writing. I want to be like, I want to continue writing a lot of books, put them out. My dream, like my goal in life is to end up being a director, directing like my own books, adapting my books into films, like series, movies, you can name it, TV shows, anything. So that is my goal. Like I want to start doing like those things right now, because like I feel like, not to say I feel like, I have been like procrastinating for years. Like guys, I've started creative fiction writers, like I started it like in 2017. Yes, since 2017, like I have been like taking a lot of breaks, also because I was working. So I am not going to be working for like probably I don't think I'll go back to working, because like I said, I will be focusing on like my own, like my own things, companies. Like I plan to grow my online English academy, because I already have like the website. So I will be like I have clients, right? So I will be like hiring like South African teachers to teach online as well. So at some point I won't be teaching like online anymore. So I will be focused on like writing and producing like web series, films, movies. Guys will see me in Hollywood. Here I come. Yes, I'm going to Hollywood. Guys, I'm sick right now. So like those are the things that I want to work on, honestly speaking. Like it's now or never. I have been procrastinating for way too long, and right now it's like there is no other time like than now. That's how they say it, right? They say there is no better time than now. So yeah, it's like I will just keep procrastinating, guys, but like right now I'm going back home. There is no procrastinating, guys. Like I am going to do it. Like I'm going to do it. And all thanks to South Korea for teaching me like how to actually do it, and not to think and think that just because you are thinking about something, it is actually happening in real life. No. So yeah, I will be working on the things that I have mentioned, and all thanks to South Korea again, for taking me out of my comfort zone. Because yes, I was in my comfort zone. Like jokes aside, guys, like a while from, like, in South Africa, guys, is different. Like, it is different in my country. There are people who work hard, right? But then there are not so many people who work hard. For us, it's like, I feel like in my country, we just, it's everything is just like a routine, and there are a lot of like free things, and people are not pressured to work hard because a lot of things in my country are free. Like from education in my country is free. Like, they have social grant, they have like when we go to universities, for example, like our parents, they don't pay for our universities. Although there are parents who do pay for their kids universities, that is a choice, not because those people, they are millionaires for sure, because like you have to earn a certain amount of money to not qualify for the national grant. So, but then nonetheless, like the majority of the country, like that, this is a fact, right? The majority of the country, we all use like the national grant, like to go to universities, and it is not even a loan, guys. Here's the thing: it is not even a loan; it is free. Like, you go to university for free. So why would you have drive to work hard in life if like everything to you, like if like everything is just given to you? I'm not saying like our degrees are given to us. Of course, we work very hard for our degrees, but then that is the only thing that we work on. And remember, who is working hard? It is like students. Our parents, they are just relaxed back in at home, guys. They don't have to stress about anything. The social grant, it does not just cover, for example, it doesn't just cover like the school fees. It also covers like accommodation. Imagine, like, this, guys, like, jokes aside, right? You can imagine 4 years of your life, like 4 years, for example, 4 years of my life, right? I have been living like there was a point where I was living in the school accommodation, but like I failed in my first year, so I had to like go and live off campus. So but then nonetheless, like 4 years of my university, you can just imagine, guys, that you are living in a it could be like rest accommodation, right? I mean rest, like residence. So we are living there, right? Without paying money. Would you feel pressure in life? No, it's like you won't feel pressure. Like I didn't feel pressure at all. Like I was relaxed, and that is a fact. And when you come to South Korea, right, with the mentality that we have in South Africa, here you seem lazy. In South Korea, you seem like you seem lazy. You'll be considered lazy in South Korea. I am not saying that, of course, yes, people, they have to like they have to overdo it. No, but like you have to work. I feel like that is that one thing that must be engraved, like ingrained in our brains, that like you need to work hard, because that is the only way. If we want to improve our economy in South Africa, we need to work hard. Like the current economy is the best. Like they have the good economy. Like their country is like the best. Like jokes aside, South Korea is just it is a beautiful country. It is like a developed country. And like they did not develop. Oh, sorry. They did not develop overnight. Like their country is what it is right now because like these people, they work hard. Like jokes aside, they work very hard. Like I give them that, bro. I'm not even going to like sugarcoat anything. They work very hard for their country. It's like they work. The way South Koreans work, guys, is so impressive. Like the working mentality is impressive. Very impressive, guys. Very impressive. Yes, I'm not saying like maybe like they're perfect people. There's no such thing as perfection like in life, guys. We know, of course, all people in the world, they have their own shortcomings somewhere. Yeah, but then that's not what I'm talking about, and that is not what like I'm interested in. I'm interested in like growing as a person and growing a business and like contributing towards like the growth of your country. Like that's what I'm talking about right now, and I've learned that in South Korea, not in South Africa, because in South Africa, like I love my country, I do, but sometimes I feel like we are just too relaxed. That's how I feel. That's why like our economy is like is shit. That is why everything is shit. That is why like even like internationals, other Africans, they think they can come to South Africa and commit crimes and get away with it because like everything in our country is shit. In South Korea, you cannot come to South Korea and commit a crime. No, it's impossible. Like even as we speak right now, I saw this message on TikTok that they will be like raiding like illegal immigrants, and guys, it is not a joke. It is not a joke. Like they will be like wiping them out of their country. Like illegal immigrants, they know themselves that yeah, we are going to get kicked out. So when we do the same thing in South Africa, it is called xenophobia. And guys, it is not xenophobia. Like illegal immigrants, like most of them, I'm not saying all, most of them, they are criminals. Most of them are criminal illegal. Most of illegal immigrants are criminals. And whether people they want to accept that, like they are just being denial. Most of illegal immigrants are criminals. Jokes aside, from you know, first, especially in Africa, it's worse because, like, for example, in South Africa, it is worse because it is easier to steal identity. In South Korea, it wouldn't be easy because, like, here the Asian people, right? Like, so if you're not Asian, like Asian, like South Koreans are South Koreans. Like, there's no way you can steal a South Korean person's identity. But then in Africa, for example, we are all black people. We are the same, you know. We have the same features. Like okay, you can distinguish between a South African, a Nigerian, Zimbabwean, and Sotho, but it is not that easy. You can, but it is not that easy. That is why it is very easy to steal identity in South Africa. You know, people don't even know this. Like there was this girl who I think she was contesting for Miss South Africa. Yes, I forgot her name. I'm sorry about that. She was contesting for Miss South Africa, right? So it was later discovered that, like, you know, she's not a South African. So apparently her mother stole someone's identity. Guys, it is not just that woman. There's so many people in South Africa. Like so many people you think are South Africans, they are not South African. That is why, like, right now in South Africa it is not safe because, like, anything can happen to you, and anything can happen because of, like, illegal immigrants. And there is no wiping out illegal immigrants in South Africa. Like I said, in Africa, they will start, like, you know, striking, calling it, like, xenophobia, even though it is not xenophobia. Because, like honestly speaking, illegal immigrants, not all. There are good ones who, like, they appreciate the opportunity, you know, to have something in life. But majority, 90% of illegal immigrants are criminals. That is a fact. Whether, like, you want to argue with me or not, like, that is your problem. But I'm just stating facts here. And again, I'm going to miss South Korea. I'm going to miss this country. Oh, that was the first question, right? Am I going to, like, miss working in South Korea as an English teacher? Like, that part is not, like, I don't think missing is missing. Like, what is to miss? Like, of course, not to say missing teaching. Like, missing teaching in what way though? I don't think so. Let me tell you something, right? I'm that kind of a person that, you know, I don't know, everything that I do in my life, it has expiry date. And it's like, it's part of my life at the end of the day. But it isn't something that I'll say, oh, I'm gonna go back and do it again. No, like I said, everything in my life, like, I plan, like, my life, like, most of the things that I do in my life, like, you know, I plan them. Like, everything in my life is planned. My life, you know, my life, like, my life is more, like, my life is planned. Like, everything that I do, let me put it that way. Let me not try to, like, complicate it. Like, everything that I do in my life, like, most of the things that I do in my life, like, you know, those things, they are planned. So it's the same thing with, like, coming to South Korea. For me, it was a plan. And, like, I never, like, oh, actually, I told this story to one person. Yeah, I just recently told, like, my story, like, well, like, this one of my Italian client that I teach online, she asked me, like, why did you go to South Korea to teach? And I think I never, like, talked about that. My intention was, of course, yes, I'm going to South Korea, right? My intention was more like, oh, immediately after finishing graduating in South Africa, 2021, when I finished my degree in law in 2021, I was fortunate to get articles. I went to like a law firm and served articles for like 4 months. I was not getting paid. I was using my own money. Remember, like I was doing masters as well, so I was getting like good money from my masters. So I was using that money to fund my articles. So I just thought to myself that, like, it for me at that point, like saving articles was not worth it, because here I am, like, wasting my time. Not, let me not say wasting my time, spending my money. Like, I'm not saying it is for nothing, but at that time, for me, it's not like I wanted to go to practice. Even right now, even though I'm doing law school, it's not like I want to go to practice. No, like, that is not like my ultimate goal. Like, guys, you heard me, I'm going to be a director. I'll be directing movies. So that was not even my ultimate goal. So I was like, what am I doing here? So I had to quit saving articles. After 4 months, I remember I had to go back to Joburg to finish my masters. So even when I was in Joburg, the following year, I had like issues with my funding, my master's funding. NSFAS, no, not NSFAS, sorry, NRF. So NSFAS is for undergrad, it is for undergrad, and then NRF, it is for postgrad. So I had some problems. So yeah, of course, like when you have problems, my father was paying for like my accommodation where I was living in Joburg to finish my master's. Of course, I don't like that. I'm that kind of a person who's like, I want to do everything myself. So my father, I think he paid for like 2 months, and everything like was fixed. Like my finances like were just back to normal, and so I also doing masters, like in my second year, right, I was finished with like doing modules. I only had like 2 modules. Oh no, I only had like 3 modules. I had banking law, corporate insolvency, and company law. So I finished like those modules in my first year. So the following year I was doing like my dissertation. So what happened is that because like I was just focused on like dissertation, guys. It was boring for me. Like I told you, see, it was boring for me. Like, it was boring. Like, I didn't have anything to do, guys. I was just like, because even with masters, it's not like with masters you don't attend classes like undergraduate. There is no pressure. You just do anything, like, at your own pace, on your own time. It's like in your own time. Everything is just so relaxed. It's like there is no pressure. So I was bored. I was so bored. So I applied for a job at UJ. My first job, I remember, was tutoring. I was a tutor in jurisprudence for like 6 months. After 6 months, immediately, like my contract, like I had like a 6 months contract. I remember like when my contract ended, what happened was, actually, when my contract ended, I already got another job in the university, like in protection services. What is it called? Compliance, Risk and Enforcement Department. Yes, in CRE department. But because, like, you see, protection services is big. The different departments, even within that what do you call it, guys? That department. Yes, so that different departments, they say departments, that different departments in protection services. Protection services is more like what do you call that? Is protection services is not a department. They have different, like in protection services they have different departments. I don't know what is to call protection services. Protection services is like they are employers. Yes. It is a part. It's part of the university. So you know protection services, right? So they have different departments. So I was working in like CRE, like compliance, risk, and enforcement. So I was working in that department. Also, my contract was for like 6 months there. So and when I started working there, that's when I started doing like my papers. Yeah, that's when I started like preparing like for teaching abroad when I, like last year. So while I was like working in the protection services, I got so here this is what happened, guys. So I got a job offer again to tutor. So, and this is the funny part. This is a job that I did not apply for. I was called. In fact, I was called that my name came up somewhere, and I should, come back to tutor in the law faculty, my faculty in the law faculty. At that time, guys, I was like, no. Like, honestly speaking, I was like, no. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't. It's like, for me, I just feel like I just feel like it's a lot of things are happening at the same time. Sorry, I don't know. I just feel like there's just too much going on. Like, I'm still like, honestly speaking, let me be honest. During that time, I was struggling with my masters. I remember, I was struggling with my masters. Like, jokes aside, I was struggling with my masters. I was struggling, like, oh, my masters was stressing me. Like, I was going crazy. I remember, like, I used to go to my supervisor, with new amendments, and he will be like, no. I will like go back to him, and he'll be like, no, guys. And it's not like maybe like he was like rejecting my ideas. Like, my ideas, they just sucked. Like I was so stressed during that time. Like, I was like so stressed. Like, my masters was stressed. I was working. My job was okay. I didn't have any problem with my job. The only thing that was stressing me, it was my masters. And also, like, remember, it was like my final year. Like, it was supposed to be my final year last year, because my master's is 2 years. So last year was supposed to be my final year. So meaning, if I didn't finish my master's last year, like, I don't know what was going to happen with my academia. So I was stressed also because of that, because I'm like, what is going to happen with, like, my academia? So what is going to happen here? Because, like, this masters is showing me flames. That's when I just decided to, like, I don't know, I just wanted a change of scenery. I just wanted to, like, I don't know, I just wanted to, like, to go somewhere and just I don't know. For me, you see, guys, my whole idea of coming to South Korea was more like, relaxing. I was like, I want to relax. I want to think my life through. I want to think this master's thing through. I was so stressed during that time. I was so stressed. Little did I know that in South Korea, like, working in South Korea is 10 times compared to working in South Africa. So what happened is that when I came here, remember, I came here to relax, right? And here, unfortunately, you must work. So I had to like change quickly from that mindset of resting to working hard. So, and remember, like I said, also, even in South Africa, it's not like maybe like I'm like, oh, you work hard. No, it's not like you don't work hard in South Africa, you work smart. That is the difference. So here you work hard. So it was like, oh, so now, like, this is how it is done here. Here you must work hard. And I had to, like, South Korea took me out of, like, that my comfort zone, that relaxing, like, mindset that I had before I came here. And yeah, guys, and then I started like, getting in tune with working hard and just understanding life in general, that everything is just hard work, baby. Like, even with my masters, I'm like, oh, like, 'cause even with my masters, right, although like my masters was stressing me, I think the main reason it was stressing me is because like I was relaxed, like as soon as my master like started like started getting challenging, like I felt overwhelmed, because like I was used to like doing it relaxed. So when my supervisor started challenging me to think outside box, to like to think like an academic, to start like to start criticizing those articles, like that, I felt overwhelmed. I felt like, I don't want to say, I felt overwhelmed. And then I was like, oh, now it's like, oh, now when I came to South Korea, then everything just made sense to me. It makes, I've learned so much here. So you see, even now, like I have so many things that I'm yet to like accomplish. I know that, but I am going to continue with the momentum that I've learned in South Korea. I'm going to continue working hard because of South Korea, and I'll always be grateful to South Korea because of that. And also now, I didn't even answer the question, will I miss teaching English here? Like I said, that was not like the initial plan, and it still isn't like my initial plan. It isn't something that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go back and do it. No, like did I enjoy it? Yes. Like for me, it was a great experience. I enjoyed teaching those kids. Like, jokes aside, like even those kids, like imagine, let me tell you guys, like the young kids in South Korea, they work harder than old people in South Africa. Young kids, like just kids, because I teach kindergarten, right? Like those kids, right? Those kids, they work harder than like us South Africans. Jokes aside, like I will probably miss the kids, like yes, that's for sure. I will miss those kids, bro. Like kids are just adorable. Like what, there is this one student, right? I don't know why, right? I think it comes natural for me. I don't force anything. For me, anything just happens. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Trust me not, I don't stress about anything in life. I mean, and except for because I want to be a director. That is stressing. Right now, my only stress is that I haven't made it as a director in Hollywood. That is my only stress right now. That is my only stress. So back to the kid, right? So I don't know why, but I know, but like it just crossed my mind not long ago that, oh, so this kid is asking me this because I always ask him that. So I sometimes ask, like there is this one student who, I don't know, like he's just different from other kids, I guess. Like sometimes I feel I just ask him like, are you happy, right? I tend to ask him that question. So recently he asked me the same question, teacher, are you happy? Like this one time, it like he made me feel emotional. I'm like, wow, because like I was like, wow. I'm like, your teachers, of course you cannot tell kids that you're not happy. Of course I am not happy, guys. I started Creative Fiction Writers back in 2017. I already mentioned that. So it's that thing that like it hurts me when like I just don't progress in like in my writing, like especially now, like recently it has been like affecting me because I watch web series, right? I watch like web series on YouTube. So, and then when I watch web series, I sometimes come across like those comments that, oh, this story is developed from like a novel. So, and I'm like, this is the same thing that I want to do, but it's like I'm not doing it right. So it's like it is getting into me, like I'm like, it's like like every person with passion, guys. When you don't like seem to be like doing the things that you want to do, of course at some point it will like it will stress you. So, but even, yeah, so like recently I've just been thinking a lot about my future. I'm not even going to lie. And yeah, I need to like leave South Korea and go back to South Africa and start working on my on my passion and my future, because like I teaching, I love teaching. I teach English online. Like I said, I'm going to have an English academy, but even in my English academy, I am not going to be teaching in the long run, unless if I'm just doing it for fun, because you know, especially when you teach older people, it's not even like teaching, it's like conversation. Sometimes, like, you know, we just be talking about life, we just be like, it's interesting, especially with Italians. I love Italians very much, you know, especially with Italians. Like I have like approximately I have over 10 students. Approximately I have over 10 students, like 10 Italian like students. Also, why I have to leave South Korea, I don't have time to teach them now. Like my schedule is just all over the place. I'm sick, I'm tired, I cannot like do, not, let me not say tired, I'm not tired, like the schedule is just it's frustrating. Like not, it's like not, everything is just all over the place. It's just there. So it is just stressing me. So, and it is not healthy. Like I teach kids, when I go to teach kids, I must be like, you know, at my best. Right now I'm not in my best because I have so many things that like it's going on in my head, so many things. So that's why I have to go back to my country and focus on my own things. Yeah, guys, I think there were questions that I was supposed to answer. I didn't even answer them. Will I miss teaching in South Korea? I think that was, I go back. Yo guys, watching this video is going to be very funny, because I've been like asking myself the very like this exact question, like for I think for the fourth time right now. Like, okay, I already answered the question. Like I said, everything in my life, guys, it's like it's planned, you know. It's planned. It's not that kind of a thing that I leave things hanging. No, like even right now, it's not like I'm leaving anything hanging, you know. I feel like I did my best, like, you know, in the academy. You know, I did right by the kids. I love the kids and I love them throughout like my entire like contract. Like there has not been a time where I was like mean to kids, or I did anything to kids. Like okay, the only thing that I didn't do much, which okay, yes, I didn't, unfortunately, like the timing was just not right. I didn't give the kids my all in terms of, for example, playing. Yes, I didn't play enough with the kids. Yeah, because like I said, guys, it's different. It's a tricky kind of a job. Sometimes it's like, okay, you want to play with the kids, and then when you play with them, they want to play, you know, all day long. They don't want to study, and then when they don't study and then they remain behind, their parents want to see the results, and then when they, like, you know, when I cannot produce the results, it becomes an issue. So it's more like I had to like balance between the two. But like I don't think I ever like found that balance between like kids playing and kids like studying. So for me, I feel like I focus more on them studying than playing. But I did play with them, you know. I did play with them. Like I'm happy I tried, even though I knew deep down that like I don't have that balance between kids playing and kids studying. But I did play with them. Yes, I tried. Like I feel like I did my best. Honestly speaking, I did my best. You know, I did right by the kids, you know. Even though it's like I have, let's say, my own things going on. It's not like when I went to work I was like, oh, I'm not going to work, no, I'm not going to teach. No, like everything that I do in my life, I do it with love, with passion. You know, I love those kids. You know, I gave them my love. I taught them right. You know, I think I did my best, y'all. Like I believe I did my best. Honestly speaking, I did my best. Actually, not I think, I did my best. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy I did my best. So I'm not going to, like, let's say, miss teaching, like, not because I did it, you know. It's like I did it, you know. I gave it my all, you know. And I remember before I left my country, this is what my manager said, like where I was in the protection services department where I was working. my manager told me something there that, like, she was actually telling me about herself, that she's that kind of a person that when she does something in her life, she gives it her all. It's like, even when that thing doesn't go right, at the end of the day, like, she's not going to regret anything or miss anything, because she knows that, when she was at that point in her life, she gave her all. Like, that's how, like, I learned that from her. Like, but also, like, in life in general, when I do something, like, I always, like, I do it, like, with love. Otherwise, like, I wouldn't be doing that thing, and I wouldn't have stayed there, like, for like a year. I would have left a long time ago. But, like, right now, I am living because I feel like I did my part. It's like, it's that kind of a thing that in life you need to understand that, like, that those things that they come for a certain period. Not everything in life that is going to come your way is permanent. And, like, I knew from the get-go that me coming here is not permanent. I knew this day will come, but it's also, for me, it wasn't something that I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna up and leave. No, I had to, like, work hard, like, work hard, and make a little bit of difference, and make that difference in those kids' lives. Like, I feel like I did that. No, I did that. I really did that. Honestly speaking, I did that. I really did that. I did that. Proudly so. I'm happy. I did that, guys. I did that. So, yeah. Like, I'm happy. I did that. I'm happy that I gave those kids my best. I'm happy that, like, even when I was sick, I was able to give them up. Even right now, guys, like, I'm under a lot of stress, because, like, I'm just thinking about my future in general. And also, like, guys, it's a lot of things have been happening. Like, oh, guys, I didn't mention everything. Like, also why I'm going back to South Africa, guys. Like I said, I've been teaching online, right, for almost a year right now. So I have, like, for example, I have money that I need to withdraw, right? I cannot withdraw that money, but I can send it, like, to other people and buy things online. But I can never withdraw that money, because, like, it's PayPal. I don't use FNB, and my sister has been trying to help me with it, with, like, how, like, I can withdraw my money, but it hasn't been working, because I'm in South Korea right now. Like, a lot of things, like, at this moment, I cannot do them. I have been planning to buy a plot in South Africa for quite some time, since last year. Like, my father gave me, like, his one of, like, plot in Pretoria. Like, I at first I accepted it, but, like, I just thought to myself not long ago, I even spoke with my father about it. Like, my father, like, he has other kids. Like, we don't share the same mother. I don't share the same mother with those kids. So I'm like, I can take this plot right now and develop it, but, like, in the long run, like, there's, like, family things. I'm not the type of a person who like drama or love arguments. I don't even argue in my real life. In my real life, I don't argue. I walk away with crazy people. I don't argue. Like, I just pick my shit and I'm out. You'll argue alone, not with me. I don't argue. So I just recently, like, had that conversation with my father that, oh, I'm not going to take the plot. I'm not. So he should, like, maybe help me, like, to find a plot in South Africa, like in Pretoria. He has been trying also, because remember, guys, I've been asking a lot of people to run my errands back at home, and I have to keep in mind that, like, these people, they have their own lives as well. They are not going to, like, stop doing their own things and start and run my errands. Like, it is impossible. I'm expecting, like, I'm expecting a lot from people, and that is not fair. That is unfair. And that's why also, like, I have to go back home and do the things that I want to do right now. And yeah, that's also one of the reasons why I have to go back to South Africa, because, like, a lot of my things, they are on hold. Like, a lot of things are, like, no, they're on hold because I'm here in South Korea. And another thing, like, is that when I think about this whole thing, I'm like, my things are on hold back in South Africa. But if I left my job right now, will I jeopardize, like, for example, anything at my workplace? No. Like, even if I leave right now, everything will just continue, like, running smoothly. That is, for me, like, right now it's a perfect time for me to leave, also because, like, that the company has been doing well. Like, to be honest, the academy where I'm working, they're doing well right now. So yeah, it's that time for me to leave. Also, like, I am happy that, like, I did not leave them when they were, like, maybe probably, I don't know if they ever faced any challenges, I don't know, but there was a point where they were losing students, but now they have been getting, like, more students, which is that is great. So I'm leaving at the right time. It's not like you'll be like, oh, I left them when they were losing people. No, I'm leaving because they are good. You leave people at their best. You don't leave people at their worst. So I'm leaving them at their best. So yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Also, with the kids, like I said, I give them my all. Of course, maybe I will miss them. You never know. I don't know. Maybe I won't miss them, guys. It's not like we're missing people. You force it. It happens naturally. You just find yourself thinking about people. It's not like, maybe, like, you just force it in your brain to happen. No, it just happens. It's like those moments of remembering people. They just happen. You don't control them.